So I've got an ESP Paragon spod rod, very powerful, 4.5 pound spod rod, 12 foot. And then the Dyer Emblem spod reel, and this is loaded up with ESP spod and marker braid, which is really thin braid, flies fantastically well, really peels off the spool. And then I've got about 20 feet of ESP shock braid, 45 pound as a shock leader, just to absorb the force of the cast so we don't snap the braid. Okay, and then straight through, dead easy, 5-turn grinner down to one of these, which is a Spomb. You've probably seen these. Fantastic, you can put anything you like in these, boilie, chop boilie, particle, anything you want. You don't get any spill with them. You don't have to wait for them to empty. They empty as soon as they hit the deck, and they're just superb for what we're going to be doing today, which is spodding out boilie, chop boilie and pellet. Okay, we've got a real concoction here today of bits we're going to put out. We've got 15mm Halo boilies, we've got 15mm Super K boilies, and we've got some of those halved and chopped and squashed just to keep them guessing a little bit. And then we've added a sprinkling of the new 4mm T1 pellets, which is what we're using in the solid bags. All that lot is in the pouch that we were using with the throwing stick, giving it a good mix up, breaking the boilies. So we've got some whole and some chopped. We've got a nice mix there to fill the Spomb up with. Okay, before you do any work at all with braid, last thing you want to be getting is wind knots. These thin braids are fantastic for distance casting and for strength, but if they're dry, they are susceptible to wind knots. So the first thing that you do before you do any of this is I just like to get the reel and the rod, wet all the rings, and just dip the spool and most of the reel in the water, get it totally submerged, and now the braid's nice and wet, and I know that I'm not going to get any wind knots. Okay, we're now ready to go. Got the Spomb open, okay, and you want to have the side with the button at the bottom, so that's the bit that you're going to fill. All right, we're going to take some of our mix, which we keep to hand here in the pouch. See, we've got the chops in there, got the whole baits, we've got some pellet, and we're not going to overfill it. Got the Super K and a Halo. We've already got the rod clipped up on the spot, fishing just short of the shelf. Close the Spomb up. The rings and everything are already nice and wet from where we've got it ready. The drop we want here is just, I like to have mine just past the spigot. So you want about a 6 to 6.5 foot drop. If you'd like to use a finger stool for this, some people do in case you're worried about the braid cutting your fingers. I don't generally bother. Bail arm open. Nice wide stance, straight left arm, weight back, onto the clip, and there we go, on the spot. You don't have to wait for these to empty like a normal spod, just pick it up off the surface and reel her in. And as you can see now, no seagulls. We haven't got a bird in sight. The birds have lost interest. There's the odd coot still milling around, but they're not diving on the bait. And this is without doubt the best way to get boilie, pellet, anything you're using out there without any interference from the birds.